Ooh. Sir. Surprised to see you. Ooh. Surprised to see you. Ooh. I'm not. Woo. Woo. Lol, I'm a little cunt that likes strings. Lol, 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 lol. Okay, here goes. Now how I came to get this hat is very strange and funny. Grandfather died and left to me his property and money, and when the will was read they told shut the fuck up, Bonzi. Tiny, 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 tiny cock. F9 is in use by another program. Please select another key as the relax mode hotkey. Tiny, 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 tiny cock. If you ever feel like I am talking too much, you can have me take a nap by pressing the F9 key on your keyboard, and I will be more than happy to take a break. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Don't worry about your appointments, incoming email, or any late-breaking news or enhancements. I will wake up and keep you posted. I'm never late for an appointment. Ooh. Thanks for the break, tiny, 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 tiny cock. Why do I need that rest? Sure, I've got a ton of them. Where does satisfaction come from? A satisfactory. First time I heard that one, I nearly fell out of my banana tree lesson. Okay, I've got a good one for you. Do you know what a software upgrade is? Taking out old bugs and putting in new bugs. I knocked them dead in Vegas with that one. That's strange. Did you know that one ragweed plant can release as many as 1 billion grains of pollen? Ah, achoo! Surprise! That's privileged information, just for you, tiny 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 cock. I'm always in the mood for a good story, tiny 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 cock. Bonzi and the Polyjuice. It was a morning like no other. Spot sat high on the tree canopy watching three explorers leave the forest when he noticed one of them had dropped a small black box. Spot was excited, so he hopped down to Bonzi's hut to tell him about it. Let's see what's... I think it's what people call a polyroot. A polyzoo. A polyzoof. Look, it's a picture of us, said Bonzi. How fun! Let's go surprise everyone by taking their picture. Spot said, clapping his hands, which always got stuck together. Being a tree frog, he was always sticking to everything, but seemed to forget that when he got excited. Come on, Spot, Bonzi said, unsticking his hands. We've got places to go and pictures to take. First stop was at Rashi's place. Bonzi and Spot climbed to the top of the highest branches where they knew Rashi would be having her mid-morning snack. Smile! They yelled, then flash! Rashi took off running before she realized it was Bonzi and Spot up to their old tricks again. Very funny, you two! At least you could have let me fix my bow! After adjusting herself, she decidedly said, Okay, I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. Bonzi! Of course, Bonzi happily complied and snapped a more flattering picture of their friend the giraffe. Then Bonzi and Spot asked her to join them, and off they went to the water hole. There they would find Effie and hopefully Tuck too. Sure. Hello, I'm Bonzi and I have boring stories for sick long 3-year-old babies. Jesus Christ, and I suck at everything in life. Hey, that looks like my advanced options window. You can change many of the ways I interact with you here. Tiny, 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 tiny cock. I didn't know you liked my jokes so much. What is always behind time? The back of the clock. I should be paying you to listen to these. Tiny, 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 tiny cock. I didn't know you liked my jokes so much. Why do some women wear curlers at night? So they can wake up early in the morning. At times I giggle just thinking about that one. Reading computer files X injecting file 666 X drive / taking files. You. Welcome to my calendar. If you don't mind tiny, 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 tiny cock, I'm going to just relax and listen to some nice tunes for a while. I'll be right here if you need me. Tiny, 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 tiny cock. I just noticed that the sleep hotkey F9 is currently not available. This may occur when another program is already using the F9 key. This is not a problem, though tiny, 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 tiny cock. We can always go into sleep mode by clicking on my tummy and selecting sleep from my menu. Yes, Bonzi, I have an auto clicker on F9, so suck on my dick. Hello, tiny, 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 tiny cock. A bit of trivia for you. Did you know that on average 61,000 people are airborne over the United States at any given hour? Use that one to impress your friends. Okay, if you're sure. Why did the man put his money in the freezer? He wanted cold hard cash. That one gets better every time I hear it. Sure, I've got a ton of them. What goes in pink and comes out blue? A swimmer on a cold day. What did you think of that one? Okay, I've got a good one for you. How do you catch a squirrel? Climb a tree and act like a nut. What? You were expecting a sense of humor? Okay, I've got a good one for you. Do you know what a politically correct computer? Here's... Okay. Okay, if... Tiny, 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 tiny cock. Says Dadson, Sadson, Sadson, Asdas. Tiny Y. Tunanini cocku cock. Woo! 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 Tiny, 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 tiny cock. I can download any file for you. Simply click on the file or files in our download list, and then click on the download button. If you would like me to install or run a file after I've downloaded it, click on that file or files in the download list and then click on the run button. I will take care of it for you. Also, tiny, 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 tiny cock, you can always continue to browse and enjoy the internet while I handle downloading. Just click my have fun button here for fun things to do while I download it. We can browse, search, play games, or even listen to some cool tunes while we wait. This is one little gorilla that can handle the megabytes. Tiny, 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 tiny cock. If you need me to explain my download manager again at any time, just let me know by pressing the F1 key while on this screen. Tiny, 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 tiny cock. I've noticed that our download manager is not currently integrated with Internet Explorer. Alright, thanks for watching. Can we hit 100 views this time? And if you want more, make sure to smash the like. And T-E-A-C-E.